All right, then I will call the meeting to order at 4:35 p.m. Howdy, howdy, everyone. What a great, splendid week to be alive. So, let's start her off here. VP Shockey, would you do roll call, please?
President Green,
Here.
VP LaBelle,
Here again.
VP Linder, Advisor Rome,
Here.
Senator Lynn,
Here.
Senator Willis,
Present.
Senator Zebel,
Present.
and Senator Zhang.
Present.
All right.
Cool. Thank you very much, VP Shockey. All right, moving on down. I don't think we were able to get to the minutes this week. Is that correct, Senator Zebel?
Yes, sir.
All right, then we'll move on down from there to reading and approval of today's meeting agenda. So, take a glancey look-see. Are you good sharing the screen out?
Oh, sure.
Just so that our guests can see everything.
Yep.
That is definitely weird not being able to see myself. So, everybody knows the dealio. Take a look at this agenda, read it over at any time. I will entertain a motion. And I think maybe Katrina's already ahead of the game on this. Katrina, Senator Willis, is that a motion to approve?
Yes, I move to approve the agenda.
All right, a motion has been made. Do we have a second? And Senator Zebel, is that a second?
Yes, sir.
All right, all those in favor, please use the hand raising feature now. Keep your hands up. Awesome. You guys are doing great. That's the majority. The agenda is approved for today. So now we will move on down and check in with how things are going with Jody and Wendy.
Yeah, thanks. Jody's only other option when she tries switching to audio is her cell phone, so she's going to be dialing in.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Does she need any meeting information?
I'm not sure. I'm noticing we have a call-in user. Is that you, Jody?
I do see that. So weird. It does show she's on mic. So that's.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes. Woo-hoo.
All right. So, yeah, I'm actually pretty embarrassed to say I'm the web manager having problems with WebEx. So very interesting. But I am here. And if you can bear with me, I think maybe the easiest thing might be for Wendy to share the PowerPoint, because I'm on a small cell phone device.
I am just pulling that up right now, Jody.
Okay. I did change it just a bit, but we'll go with your version, and I am so sorry.
Hey,
We will be much more prepared next time. So, Wendy, just tell me when you're ready. Yep.
Yeah, we're MS Team users. WebEx is kind of a new situation for us.
I know what you mean.
It's loading.
All right.
Can I ask you to turn the volume down a little bit more?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
You want me to turn it one more? I'll do it one more.
Okay.
I'm sorry that you won't be able to see my face. We'll take care of some introductions and all of that. Wendy, just let me know when it's loaded.
Yeah, of course, it's just being a little slow right now, but I have the presentation loaded and now I'm waiting for it to let me share my screen.
Awesome. Well, while we get that going, I'll introduce myself real quick. I'm Jody Hartwig. I'm the web manager here at Madison College, and it's really I'm very excited at the opportunity to talk with your group and let you know about one of the projects we're currently working on, which is the redesign and reimagination of the students.madisoncollege.edu website. So really the website for you as current students of Madison College. And I have my teammate, Wendy, here to help facilitate this presentation. She's part of our project team and works with me on the websites, both madisoncollege.edu and students.madisoncollege.edu. So, any luck?
There we go. Can you see? Yeah, the presentation is.
So, all right. So here I am completely blind because I am not seeing anything. So, Wendy, you're going to be my eyes.
I'll be your eyeballs. So right now we're looking at the home page of students.madisoncollege.edu. We're looking at the current
Perfect.
state.
So this is the current state of the website. And really what I wanted to do today is give you just a very high level sort of background and update on this current state. And hopefully that will give you some idea of the project that we have ahead of us. And what my real ask of this group is to help me and Wendy and our project team move forward with the project, because there's certain decisions that need to be made, and we want to validate some of those decisions with student groups such as yourselves, since this website, its primary purpose is to serve you. So with that said, I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea of what this project looks like. So if you go to the next slide, Wendy.
Yep, and we have our project overview.
Cool. So a project of this size, we envision this project taking about a year. We have already started, so we have finished the discovery phase, which is really where we talk to a lot of stakeholders, bring in any user research that may have been done for the project, and we kind of bring that all together and decide what it is we're going to move forward with. So we're moving into our planning phase, and that'll be followed by development, and we'll be doing copywriting and all of that, and sourcing images and creative assets, and we hope to start populating the website this summer, June and July, and then review the website starting in August with a thought to launch in October. So fall 2022 term will have started, but we see this as a good opportunity while students are, actively involved with student services teams to get a look-see at the new and improved website. So that's just a little bit of background on that. Let's move on to
Now, discovery key
slide.
findings and our high-level recommendations.
Great. Okay, so I'm going to go through this fairly quickly. I will send this PowerPoint to your group, so you're welcome to read it at your leisure. But really, these are some of the big beats, if you will, that came out of our discovery phase. And this also came out of a very robust user research project we did with both prospective and current students about a year ago. So hopefully this resonates with this group, but really the high-level recommendations are that we want to create some guiding checklists to really help new students get from post-application and, feeling a sense of onboarding. So we really feel like the students.madisoncollege.edu site needs to provide a special home for new students because there's so many things that you need to learn new. And once you've got those things down and know the tools and places to go that can help you, then a more standard website experience will be appropriate for you. So a special place for new students. Then we want to make sure that the website is a really quick and easy access point that connects you as students to all of the different tools and applications that you use, every day, whether it's Blackboard or your email or your file storage or My Madison College Student Portal, Navigate. Hopefully those are all tools that you are using. I'd love to know what tools you use on a daily basis. I'm going to show you in a few minutes here a very early homepage wireframe to try to get you a visual of these things that we're talking about. The third recommendation is really that next step, helping students access the tools and resources you'll need for academic success. So this goes on beyond tools, and now this is more of the student service units and campus resources that might help you, whether it's academic advising, or maybe it's the career services office. You're looking for an on or off campus job, or looking for some, career advising as you proceed with your schooling, all those different things. Maybe you're a veteran and are looking for benefits or special services for you. So all of those different things that Madison College has to surround students and help you make your way forward. We want to make it really easy for you to access those resources. Kind of going on into the next number 4, I'll highlight number 5, showcasing opportunities for student involvement. This is really bringing in that student life opportunities, things where you can participate and enrich your college experience both in and outside of the classroom. We want to make sure that you know what opportunities are out there and you have easy access to those. So let's move on to the next slide, Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go through these pretty quickly. In Discovery, we wanted to, really hone in on the audiences and any, sort of differentiation between them. So we intend students.madisoncollege.edu to support a primary audience of those new Madison College students, those who have applied, have not yet enrolled, getting them through that original onboarding, and then ongoing Madison College students, those who are admitted into a degree program, currently taking classes. So those are our primary audiences. If we move to the next slide, we do have some secondary audiences. So we still need to consider these when we're thinking of content and functionality as planned for the new site. Course-taking students, returning students, and then we do know that the website is heavily used by faculty and staff that are, using the website as a resource to support students on a day in, day out basis. If we move on, during Discovery, we did some exercises with students and with other stakeholders across campus, some of the people in the student services units. We did some card sorting exercises and sort of prioritized lists of the primary calls to action that we want each of our audiences to be able to take on the website. So new students, they need to be able to register for classes, download or access Navigate, because we do know that that's an extremely important tool for students. Participating in key new student events, advising in registration sessions, Wolfpack Welcome, having a plan to pay for college. That's important for everyone. We want to make sure new students can immediately jump on those opportunities and have, you know, financial success in being able to move forward. And then also signing into my Madison College student portal, again, another important tool. I won't go through all of these, but again, there was some rigor involved in this card sorting exercise that we went through. Encourage you to kind of look at this and hopefully, again, these lists resonate with you on key activities that you would expect to be able to do from a student-focused website, getting support and contacting your success team, understanding and accessing resources to help plan for your degree, life after Madison College. You know, here's where you might be looking at specific career-oriented resources. And again, that student life at, you know, taking advantage of all of the other things that Madison College has to offer. We won't go through these too much in detail. We have some calls to action for course-taking students, returning students, and I really wanted to kind of hit some of the project goals that came out of Discovery, and I'll just read the highlighted area. Again, we want to onboard the new Madison College students and really guide them between application and enrollment. We want to link students with the tools that they need to succeed and really make the website sort of a launch pad to all the resources. So it might be the bookstore site or the library site. If you're into athletics, either as a participant or somebody who wants to, you know, go to one of the sporting events, you know, we want to give you quick and easy access to that information as well. The third is obviously supporting your academic success. So making sure you have ready access to your degree progress report and how to analyze that, who to reach out to if you have questions. Number 4, connecting students to all the campus and virtual support services. It's been a pretty crazy time, I think, over the last couple of years with this transition, you know, to a more virtual world. How can the website help support that? How can it provide sort of that seamless sense of community and service, and that, you know, we are here and can help you through the things that might be challenging to you. Number 5, engaging Madison College students, and again, showcasing those opportunities for student involvement. And here's where I think the website can be a little promotional. We have in our content plan for the student life side of things to use testimonials from participants in particular clubs and organizations to help give other students a feel of what participation in that group might be. Student Senate would be a great one to, you know, to promote. You can give others that you might be trying to recruit, you know, a feel of what it's like to be involved in the Student Senate. So the user research approach, I'm on slide 18, hopefully you are too, Wendy.
Yep, I'm at student validation.
is really why we're here. It's important to us, again, this website is for you. It's for the student body of Madison College. And while, you know, my background is all about websites and user experience, best practice, I'm not currently a student. And so I want to make sure that the website meets your needs. And the best way to do that is to ask you, to have you, you know, for me or someone from my team to give you regular updates on what we're doing as a project team, how things are moving forward, to show you project deliverables, things like wireframes and mock-ups, and maybe walk you through a functional plan of something that we intend to have on the website, and seek your opinion. So hopefully in the future, when I can come and present to you. You can see my face, and I won't need to go through some of this background, and I can just really hone in on, I'd like to show you something and get your reaction, give you an opportunity to ask me some questions. So that's really what we hope to do in the future between now and next October when the site goes live. So you're not the only group that we'll be meeting with. We also intend to seek the same type of validation with the Student Activities Board and the Student Experience Advisory Committee. And we're going to try to do that on a monthly basis so that we can show you that regular progress and get that feedback that will allow our team to move forward. So moving on to number 20, again, just an idea, some of the things that we'd like your help with. Content hierarchy, sort of the organization of the site. I'm going to show you a little bit of that today. Design, does the design and the format of the site appeal to you? Does it help you find things quickly and easily? And then, of course, from a functionality standpoint, is what we're planning. Do you feel like that's going to meet your needs? All right. So February. I wanted to show you. Hopefully, you're on the main navigation screen.
Yep.
This is a screenshot. This is a screenshot I threw in today. This is where we're at currently for some of that content hierarchy planning that I just alluded to. So there's 6 main sections to the site. Some of them might be quite familiar to you, like if you hone in on the middle, pay for college, that's almost word for word what we have on the current site. Some of the others might also evoke some thoughts of what content you might find within those sections. So the Get New Student Guidance, I'm going to be very frank, I don't like that label. I don't think it's quite right. So regardless, we're going to work a little bit on tweaking that language, but this is intended to be that section to welcome new students and to provide some, checklists and guidance for next steps after they apply and help them through, getting registered for classes, learning about all the things that they need to know about Madison College, that first introduction to tools and services. And, hopefully that's going to be a really well, a good welcoming experience. Register for classes. We know that there's quite a bit you need to know. What classes do you need to take? You have to be checking your degree status report, degree progress report, sorry, and student status and all those different things. So we want to make sure that that section is robust and helps guide that activity because we know there's a lot of current questions in that area. The View Departments and Programs is really a spot, if you will, to provide information on all the schools, departments, and programs, sort of in a hierarchy, so that program students have a place to go to check, continuing program requirements. Maybe by program, there might be specific links off to, say, Blackboard or other resources. So we just kind of want that one place where degree students can go to find information. Pay for college, again, that's all of the information that you currently might, need to see about, how do you get financial aid? How do you look at scholarships or loans? All of that type of information. We're actually tweaking the plan for that section now, and hope to make that content even more digestible, I guess, is the goal that we have for that section. Find services and resources, that's that whole, how can I find someone to help me with blank? So this section is something that we're paying a lot of attention to right now across our stakeholder groups for the project, and we're really trying to hone in on what that functionality will be. Currently, the plan is to allow you, the student, to search and use filters to quickly and easily find particular services or resources. So we're working on that functionality and the content hierarchy that will allow you to do that. So the filters will be based on the type of service, and we're going to put a list of categories in front of you hopefully next month, and I'd really like to get your feedback on that. We need a little bit more time. But for example, the first layer of categories might be academic, financial, health and wellness, those types of things. And we want to make sure that each level of categories makes sense to you, that you would know and understand, kind of the type of services that might be found underneath, each set. And we're kind of working through that right now. Get involved is that more student life in all of the ways that you can participate in clubs and organizations, projects, and other opportunities across campuses. And that too will have some sort of hierarchy to help you dive into things that might be of interest to you, whether they're cultural clubs and organizations, athletic, social, all of those types of things. And we hope to organize that in a way that's inviting. I'd like to stop, I guess, and perhaps see if there's any immediate feedback on this intended structure to the site sections. Anything, does it seem to make sense? Do you feel like there's anything missing?
It looks like we have a chat from Ella on the Get New Student Guidance section. They suggested new students would be more concise and still hold the meaning.
Oh, I absolutely agree. Yep. I've made that suggestion. As you can see here, there was a desire to use these action-oriented words and make all of these statements for these section headers sort of a parallel experience. So get new student guidance, register for classes, view departments, pay, find, get. But for that first section, I was like, nope, new students or welcome new students or something. I agree with you. So you'll probably see that's been changed in the next round as we just kind of fine tune this. So great feedback. Anything else?
There are questions in chat. Does anybody want to chime in with any questions verbally?
Anyone have any questions?
I think we're good.
I have a
Awesome.
few things that I would like to contribute, if I may.
Yep,
absolutely.
As I work in the Student Success Center, where on a daily basis I work with students and either direct students. Like just the other day, I was helping a student get information that required using the website for esports. So you mentioned athletics. Esports being athletics, an athletic, it's an athletic thing. So like that's just, I have a lot of things that that can be provided. I do think though that maybe, I don't know if you, what, like loop outs, if you're getting feedback from like this, that student success center, because those would be your faculty that are using the services on a daily basis as a resource as well. And they would know what students would be more comfortable with a lot of times because they have to have those interactions. And I had a returning student, two returning students that were a couple that had, that, you know, stopped after the pandemic started and were starting back up again, and we, you know, got them all set back up, but they didn't know that they still had a student account, for example, and they didn't know, you know, they have to apply back in a program if they weren't in PeopleSoft and they have an active degree, so they, you know, just like that. I mean, I see these headers on the main navigation, and if I'm to understand this correctly, because these main navigation headers are supposed to be the equivalent to get new student guidance, would be new students, register. Is that what I'm kind of understanding? Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I do like the student involvement being in the middle. I don't know if getting, I mean, I'm not sure I'm paying for college. You know, I think like the way that I'm thinking about it, if we're, just in terms of student life, if we get involved, you know, if you have a structure like this, something is gonna catch somebody's eye immediately and something's gonna catch their eye after the fact. And even though they're on the same level, the same, you know, do you understand how, like, I mean, I might be explaining that wrong, but like, if you're not seeing it, you know, it being in the middle is like dead center of student life, you know, like, oh, you know, that we can, does that make sense? That how, I know I might be explaining that wrong, but I'm looking at Jody and Wendy, if I'm making sure that I'm just getting that.
I think I'm still trying to digest it. I think what I heard is student life or get involved. You
Are they the same thing?
maybe have yes. I mean, there's more to get involved. Student life is part of, you know, get involved. Student life manages maybe 50 or so clubs and organizations each term, and certainly has events. So they're a big part of what we envision for the Get Involved section, but there's more. There's other ways to participate in things that student life as a service unit on campus, you know, doesn't manage, you know, projects, you know, getting a job on campus or off through career services. There's all sorts of things. So our intention for the Get Involved area is, again, to come up with a hierarchy of topical interests and augment student life with other things. So for example, you know, are you interested in participating in cultural things? Are you interested in just getting involved socially and meeting people? Are you interested in athletics or esports or, you know, those types of things? We want to just give you quick and easy access to all the ways you could participate in that type of activity, organization, project, you know, whatever those things might be. And so what you're seeing right here, if you're still, Wendy, on number 22, is really just the sections, you know, not intending how we might grab your attention into those sections. So maybe we could go on to
You're
number
saying they're not in
23.
order. Is that what, so like this is not gonna be the actual order format that they're in right now? Like I guess.
I'm sorry, the actual what?
I mean, I know that the names, you mentioned the names weren't gonna probably be the same because it was kind of like a rough draft, but what I guess I'm talking about is if these are going to be in the, like if 1, 2,
In the
3, 4,
order.
5, 6, if Get Involved, it was gonna be the 6th item or not. Because right now, and I actually apologize, I misspoke, I didn't mean student life, I meant student involvement. But right now, student involvement on the site is in the middle. I'm just curious if I'm understanding correctly, like, it's not the way that they're structured right now across,
Correct.
the straight line, if that's,
Yeah, and yeah,
maybe I'm
and
sorry, to not make it understandable in the first time I explained it, but.
yeah, so I wouldn't get too caught up on necessarily the order of things or how it's going to, we haven't even gotten to a navigation structure, like the design or layout of the navigation. But I would say, moving left to right, if you did look at this, the new student area, register for classes and view departments and programs are more of the academic type sections of the site. So keeping those together in whatever order would tend to make sense for me. Where pay for college, that's very siloed. It's all about financial stuff. So there's that. And then finding services and resources and get involved are, the areas of the site which hopefully will have the most mass appeal across all student audiences, right? Because we have so many different, student groups or types of students, and they all have, different needs. And so I really feel like the find services and resources and the get involved, they're going to hopefully, get a lot of eyes and a lot of use by students looking for different things. So they too are kind of on their own, but very, very important. So this was just to give you a kind of look at how we intend to organize the site. Right now, we're not yet into what that navigation structure would look like. But what I do have a very early homepage wireframe I can walk you through, and I'll also share the link to it so you can kind of look at it, because you're not going to be able to see enough to maybe read some of the details at this size. But
Feel free to grab that link, Jody.
Sure, that would be great. And we can share it with you after the meeting too. I did put it on the slide. So if you look at this in the very top right, we have what I would call a utility navigation. So some real quick and easy links off to resources that you want to access, often. An academic calendar, an events area, and, campus directory. So some real functional pieces that you might need to have quick reference to. And then off to the very right, links to some external sites that are going to be important resources, the library, the bookstore, the athletics site. Those are external sites, so they made sense to have grouped together because those will open up in a new window and allow you to go to those sites. At the top left, I wanted to draw your attention to, we're kind of calling this the tool dashboard, the student apps and tools. And so the intent here is to have, again, real quick jump points off to the various tools and applications that you might use as a student. This is very low fidelity wireframes, so no styles are, not really intended at that point, but things like the student portal, Navigate, email, Blackboard. We've got Wolfpack Connect and the Wolfpack alerts on here. And so, if you see a tool that you use often and you think that should be here that isn't here, I'd love to hear it. This is the current list. I would love to hear if there are other things that you would find useful to have ready access to. Anybody?
We can't really see the wireframe in the room.
Yep, I'm getting the link for you right
Okay.
now.
Yeah, because I think that'll be
Right.
helpful.
So the tools that are there are My Madison College Student Portal, Navigate, Blackboard, email, your file storage, let's see, Handshake, Wolfpack Connect, and the Wolfpack Alerts. Those are the current ones listed in this toolbar. So if you think of any others that you think would be there or should be there, we would love that feedback.
Anybody?
The rest of this-
That's a good sign.
What was that?
I said, that's a good sign. Nobody has anything
Yeah,
to say?
that's a good sign. And I guess this would be a great spot to say, any and all feedback inside of these meetings or outside would be perfectly fine. We'll make sure that you have a way to connect with us if some thought comes to you, after our meeting today. Just want to make sure that you have a chance to get us your feedback. And I think there's a lot that you can just take a look at the homepage wireframe. And again, it's not final, but you can see that, we have an intent to have sort of a news and announcements area on the homepage, fairly prominent, so that you can come and see, are there any timely notifications that you need to know about, whether it's the FAFSA is open or, registration for the next term classes is now open, get your planning done, or, do we still have the mask mandate? All those kinds of timely things that as a student, it would be good for you to know. We want to make sure that you've got a quick and easy way to get to those. So hopefully that sort of resonates. The rest of the homepage is really to be that introduction into the other areas of the site. And then we'll have the navigation and search in the top right consistently on every page so that you can navigate that way as well. So any initial thoughts on this homepage wireframe? I'm kind of putting you on the spot, but speak out. But if any thoughts come to mind, and again, we'll make sure that you can reach us outside the meeting too if you do have some thoughts to share.
So far, no questions in chat on the wireframe. Ellie asked if student involvement equals get involved, and I said, to me it does, but I'd want to know what student involvement means to Ella, and I shared an overview of the get involved section, the link to the
Thanks,
content
Wendy.
strategy in chat. Yeah.
I'm gonna just do a quick, I don't know how much left of the presentation there is, but we definitely have hit time, I think. So if we're need a motion to extend time, so I'm looking for a motion. Ella,
Yes, it's a motion to extend.
how long would you like to extend the time for?
3 minutes.
All right, 3 minutes. Do we have a second? And VP Shockey, is that a second?
Yes.
All right, all those in favor, please use the hand raising feature now and keep your hands up. And that definitely, I think, will be actually the majority. So that passes. We have an additional 3 minutes, 7 o'clock.
That's awesome. The last slide that I did put together, Wendy may have already shared with you, but the feedback that I was hoping to solicit from you today was really that main navigation. Does that structure, those 6 main sections make sense? What do you think about the labels? So we've kind of covered that. So I feel good about that. And again, you can reach out after this meeting as well. I wanted to get some feedback on that student toolbar. What do you think about it? Do you think that having this prominent section on the homepage and the tools that we intend to include there, will that be useful for you as students if you just go to students.madisoncollege.edu, make it your homepage, hopefully within your browser, and this will allow you to quickly and easily get to the things that you need ongoing throughout your day. And then the third was this Find Services and Resources section. I'm going to provide, I think, more information to you the next time we meet, and maybe we'll dive into that one a bit more. But again, what you can see from the homepage wireframe is that it's in the top right position, right under the masthead. And so that's really one of the primary spots on the site for activities. So I think that's very appropriate because we expect students of all types to need ongoing help finding whatever it might be, you know, parking, transportation. I need help with career advising or transfer or disability resources, all of those different things. We want you to have those at your fingertips. So that's the thinking currently in this homepage wireframe, and I so appreciate the opportunity to talk with you. So we'll make sure you can get to us, and we'll answer any questions that anyone sends our way.
Awesome. Do we have any additional questions before we wrap this up, everybody? Not seeing any on the chat here. We definitely do appreciate you both of you taking the time and presenting this to us. It definitely means a lot to us. So we thank both of you, and we do look forward to seeing both of you next time as well.
Okay.
So, thank you very much, Jody and Wendy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your meeting. We really appreciate your time.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. All right.
Bye-bye.
So let's move on down here to the next items on the list. Reports of officer, advisors, and standing committees. Executive Council and President's Report. The Executive Council met today and have continued going over the Town Hall plan. Have now kind of started to more shape it into an actual structured, very rough draft, but structured time slot of what's going to happen during this event, and checked in about, like, you know, where we're at with certain items on the list of things that we're going to be talking about. So it's been moving along very well. We have a follow-up meeting. Obviously not next Thursday is when our ET meetings happen, but we have that following Friday, we are having a prep final meeting for to get ready and prepared for the town hall on the 1st. Anyone who's interested and anyone who can participate in any way, definitely let any one of the E team know, and I'll send you the link so that we can get you on board with everything. So if you can help in any way, we definitely appreciate it. And yes, and just let us know so we can get you that link. But that kind of concludes my report for now. So now I'm going to move it down to Admin and Finance Committee with VP Shockey.
Yeah, the Finance Committee finalized a 3-year plan for 2022 through 2025, along with a presentation summarizing the 3-year plan and explaining the budget, which Senator Zhang and I will be presenting to the Student Activities Board tomorrow afternoon. So we're hoping our presentation goes well. Advisor Rome and President Green also helped out with that, so we're very grateful. Yeah, that concludes my report.
Thank you very much, VP Shockey. Legislative Affairs Committee is currently vacant. Team Development Committee, VP Linder, do you have a report for us?
Hi there, no report. I am sorry I'm late.
All good.
And then I just wanted to take a minute, maybe this was addressed already, but I didn't get a chance to say that I congratulate Jack on his new hire at an internship for his program. So I am very happy for him and wanted to have everybody else congratulate him as well. Thank you. That's the end of my report.
Thank you, VP Litter. Yeah, let's give Jack a hand. Congratulations, buddy. Getting that internship, you did well.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, let's move on down. Public Relations Committee with VP LaBella. You have a report.
Report.
All right, thank you very much. Senate Advisory Report with Advisor Rome.
Yeah, a couple quick things. Doesn't seem like the camera wants to find me, so. First, I want to know who is planning to come to either Goodman South or Truax for the town hall, just so that I can put together like a volunteer plan. I would love to have as many senators join in person as possible. So if you could just put in the chat if you will be at Goodman South or Truax or online, or if you can't participate at all because you're in class or working. I would love to know just so that I can get organized. Ideally, we'd like people around at least 30 minutes before it starts, so around 11:30 at South and Truax. So it is March 1st, 12 to 1. So hopefully it's on your calendars. You should have the link now too. That's in the calendar invite. So just let me know. If you don't know right now, just write that in the chat and I'll follow up with you as we get a little bit closer. So just want to see who is able to be there, and then I can get some other help from within Student Life to help out where we need it. So that's one, just put that in the chat. And then two, there is that student leadership social coming up, and only 2 of you have said you're coming. So if anyone else is planning to be there, please complete this form. It's really going to be a great opportunity. It's the day before the town hall. To really connect with other students. Hopefully this will get them excited about the town hall. It'll, connect you with other student leaders that maybe you've only seen on a screen or seen them post to Wolfpack Connect. So should be fun. It is on Monday, February 28th, 11 a.m. to 1. We're going to have some box lunches. So fill that out if you're able to make it. And that concludes my report.
I saw VP Litter, you had your hand up.
Yeah, sorry, I was just gonna put it in the chat, but I can ask. I wasn't sure if you would want me at Truax or do you want me at the Watertown campus? What do you think is best?
Let's have you at Truax.
Okay,
And
sounds
we'll
good.
try to just get the event streaming in like the lobby area at each regional campus.
Sounds good. All right, thank you.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. And yeah, you said that concludes your report,
It
correct?
does.
All right.
Yes.
Then moving on down, reports from special and select committees, Student Activities Board, VP Shockey.
Yeah, so at our meeting last Friday, as I mentioned, we're presenting our 3-year plan. Tomorrow we heard from 2 other organizations, Athletics and United Common Ground. And aside from that, we also heard about the stipend review from Advisor Rome. I believe she shared a similar presentation to all of us regarding the increase, the likely increase in stipends next year. And she explained kind of how that would work based on different organizations and the different levels of student employees or members of those organizations. And then we also did a SAB fees review, looking at, I believe, our contingency, the leftover money we have after all of student activities fees are spent. And there's discussion about possibly lowering the percent that students pay for each credit. Nothing's been finalized yet, but we'll possibly be making a decision on that in the coming weeks. That concludes my report.
Alright, thank you, VP Shockey. Racial Equity Committee is currently vacant. Textbook Affordability Committee, President Green and VP Shockey. You want me to take this, or you want to take this?
I was not at the meeting, so.
Oh, yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, the, Textbook Affordability Committee definitely, has some, I don't know, the only thing that I thought in my head was, I remember off the top of my head, is couple questions that they definitely wanted to ask, and get feedback from student employees. That was what I can remember at the time, only thing I can remember at the current time. I don't think like any other new stuff was really talked about or discussed.
There was a lot. I had a fever. I was present, but
So that, okay,
mentally
so yeah.
not
So
quite there.
then that makes me feel good. This is fine.
Nothing that I think is
I
urgent
don't think,
for
yeah,
Student Senate.
that's exactly that. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say for VP Shockey's report. Public Safety Advisory Committee, Senator Willis, do you have a report?
Are you looking for a public safety report?
Yeah, see if you have one.
We don't have one just yet.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Senator Willis. And then, moving on down from that, regional, reports from regional and metro campuses. Reedsburg is currently vacant. Watertown is currently vacant. Portage is currently vacant. Port Atkinson is currently vacant. Goodman South, Senator Zhang, do you have a report for us?
No report.
All right, thank you very much. And then reports from College Assembly and Shared Governance Councils. And I will take the College Assembly report and fill in. We had a College Assembly last week. The biggest thing that I take away from that report, I think, was the fact of that the
I
credit.
think you gave this report last week.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yep.
Then all good.
Yeah.
No report then. Academic Council, Senator Zhang, your report.
No report.
All right, thank you very much. Diversity and Community Relations Council is currently vacant. Facilities Planning and Investment Council, Senator Willis, do you have a report for us?
Sorry, yes, I do. We met yesterday and we're currently working on finalizing the questions that we're going to ask students as we try to get feedback from students regarding their experience with the facilities at all the campuses for Madison College. And then we're working on finalizing the timeline for us to get everything deployed. We are currently potentially, well, I know that Tina reached out to Renee to see if there potentially we could have student ambassadors assist us with deploying assessing students, because right now we're planning on deploying activities to campuses during the week of March 7th through the 11th. And right now we're actually confirming who will be able to assist. We're sending out an email to FPIC members to see who can cover which campuses and at what times. So we're going to ask if there is still a gap and we still needed help. We were going to reach out to Student Senate and to other leadership within student life to see if we can get volunteers to pitch in and help out. Because what we're going to do is have like whiteboards set up and use Post-it notes to collect students' opinions about 11 questions. And then we're going to be doing a drawing. So if the students participate, they can be entered into they can self-select to opt into participating in the drawing for gift cards, lunch with Flan. One of the gift cards would be for like money to get lunch from the cafeteria or to buy something at the regional bookstore or something like that. And we also discussed that we all have to take the training that Ann has made available for members of shared governance. So all new members as well as current members has to take that shared governance course 101, which is about a half an hour and is virtual. So that concludes my report.
All right, thank you very much, Sarah Willis. Moving on down to Finance Council, it's currently vacant. Then Information Technology Council, Sarah Zebel, do you have any report for us?
No report.
All right, thank you very much. Institutional Effectiveness Council, VP Shockey.
I do not have a report.
All right, awesome. And then I'm gonna give it to VP Linder, but I know she probably won't have a report. I'm not gonna say though, congratulate VP Linder for going on to the Professional Development Council. So congrats to you, VP Linder, and yeah, do you have a report for us?
I don't have a report, but I'm very excited that in the near future I will. I see that Ellie did send out an email, and so I will peruse that and make sure that I make it to the meeting. I think it'll be in a few weeks because I think I'll miss the first one due to a class, but then after that I'll be able to make all the meetings. So I'm excited to be a part of that. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you very much, VP Linder. And then moving on down, Student Affairs Council, VP Labella, do you have a report for us?
No report. We meet tomorrow.
Okay. And thank you very much. And then moving on down to unfinished business, we do not have any. And then new business, we do not currently have any of that either. As well as no non-business housekeeping items. And that moves us on down to announcements. Before I go into the regular spiel of these last three things, next meeting, Dr. Daniels will be our guest. So please, look nice, try to come early if you can. We're also looking for any, if there's any questions that you'd like to ask Dr. Daniels, we're looking for any of those questions. Please reach out to any of the E-team, Drives Room, or myself, so that we can kind of get a running total of questions going. But yeah, definitely remember Dr. Daniels next week. So with that said, draw stars please done by date and time as usual, Sunday 11:59 p.m. Send all reports to Senate Communications Coordinator Sarah Zebel, and then check your Teams, your Outlook, your WebEx even if there was stuff in there or whatever with each other, so that we're communicating and talking. That is the summarization of announcements. So I will look for a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting. And I saw VP Labella. Is that a motion to adjourn?
Yes, it is.
All right. And it looks like we have the second by Sarah Willis. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. All those in favor of adjourning tonight's meeting, please use the hand raising feature now and keep your hands up. That is unanimous minus Sarah Zebel. So we are officially adjourned at 5:39 p.m. Have a great weekend, everyone. Please be safe. Think about the things that were talked about tonight, and that will be that. So later, everyone.